Hello everyone, this is the English version of the video we just recorded a few days ago. My name is Oscar and I'm helping the company To Pinball, producers of this amazing mod, amazing kit called ScreenXL, which will replace fully the panel where the speakers and the display are on a Stern machine, and we'll just replace it and give you, as you can see here on these amazing pictures, clear difference in screen size, but also an improvement in terms of sound quality because of the Pioneer speakers that this kit contains. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to install this whole panel. We're going to use this Iron Maiden, this Pro version of Iron Maiden, which, as you can see, has the original panel, the original screen size of 15.6 inches coming out from the Stern factory. And once you replace completely, and you will see how easy that is, that panel by the ScreenXL, you're going to get up to 18.5 inches plus the Pioneer speakers, which will clearly improve a lot in the display and the way you play the machine, the way you see things on the screen, and also the sound out of it. Of course, for any pinball machine, it's important, but maybe for machines with good music or rock music, it's maybe even more important. You will see that installation is very simple. We will follow the steps later on, and you will see that the major difference is that it's moving the lock, which normally it's in the middle, to the right side. We're going to use the same lock. You will see later on. And this is how the panel is fixed. On the left side, there's a magnet, very strong one, and on the right side there is this lock, which is basically the same lock. We just moved to the right side. And another important thing is that for now the plate of the premium edition, or the model of the Stern machine, it's for now sticked by double-sided tape, because this is let's say the original model we created. And in the next models, there's going to be a little bit of the shifting of the frame, so there is enough space in order to screw that plate, so that you don't have to stick it with double-sided tape, and looks better, and it has the screws, and it's more professional, let's say. And this is a little detail we want to improve in the next version, which is going to be ready soon, in the next weeks. And yeah, that's basically it. We're going to use this Iron Maiden, and here we go. I mean, this is the contents of the package. Once you get it out, very simple. The whole kit comes in basically one piece with all the boards and the cables and everything you need, and the speakers and the connectors. Everything is already pre-prepared, everything ready. So what you have to do is basically replace the panel, and there's 2-3 little pieces you need to understand. This one is the piece we're going to stick to the lock. When we take the lock out, we're going to replace that little tongue that the regular lock has for this one, which is has an L form and allows to reach a little bit further into the support of the back glass. And that's for the lock. And for the other side, we have here the magnet, which is really, really strong, and we included one additional screw, which is a little bit longer than the ones that we will replace. You will see later on, because for one of the little tensors, you need a longer cable in order to screw it. It can be screwed, but in case you need a little bit extra, that little screw can help. But for the rest, that's all you need. You need the magnet, you need the lock, and for the rest, you had it here. It's the panel, it's the cables, it's the connectors. It's basically everything that needs to be considered. So, okay, here we go. We're gonna start installing the panel, the kit, the ScreenXL, and of course, the first thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna open your panel with the key. You're going to take out the back glass carefully. As you can see here, I haven't put anything below the panel. I should have put it. You will see later on the video that I think in order to protect both panels, it's worth having some sort of protection. I don't know, a towel or something, in order to, once you get the tensors away, these white feathers, this white lines that tense the whole thing. Once you get it out, then it drops a little bit more, so it's good that you protect it. For the rest, what I'm telling here is what you need to do is you need to take all the cables out. As you can see, I have some additional LEDs on my speakers, and this is why I have more cables than normal. But whatever you have here, it's easy. You need to unscrew everything so that you basically can just take out the panel. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm taking out what I call the tensors. I don't know what's the name in English. Excuse me for my, I wouldn't say poor English, but not perfect at all. So I don't know the name for that. And basically what you do is you take these white cables away, put them aside, and also you need to unplug this connector for the speaker. As easy as that. And what I'm doing here is, again, saving for later this cable from my LEDs, which again has nothing to do with the machine. This is an add-on that I did later on, but it's something you need to do. Another important thing is that you need to take the cables out of the current screen. It has two cables. One we're going to discard, which is this one. This one I'm showing, this one is not going to be used at all. The other one, which you need to pin a little bit, with the fingers, and it comes out smoothly. That one we are going to use for sure, okay? And okay, you need to take them, of course, out of the, all of the different, places where they get a little bit protected and fixed, and stick to the back box. Just get that cable away. That's the cable that we are not going to use. We are going to replace it by another one, the one that comes with the ScreenXL. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking this cable away. Of course, I need to open this little thing. I don't know the name in English, but okay, whatever. It's having the two cables together inside. We're going to just open it and free the two cables. And the one we don't need, which is this one, I'm discarding. That one, not needed. We just can put it aside with the old panel, which of course we can keep. And that's the cable I'm showing, which we're going to put aside and need for the final installation. And what I said, you can replace this panel and you can keep it. So if one day you sell the machine, you can just put it back again and keep your ScreenXL for another machine, or you can switch it from machine to machine, whatever you need it. Okay, as you will see, it's very simple. Now what I'm doing, I'm unscrewing the major fixings into the back box, taking the two screws and having one last screw for this. I don't know the name, but you know what I mean. This is this white cable. We call it earth take in Spanish. I don't know what's the name in English, but it's just to free it. We're going to need it too. We're going to stick it into the new panel too. Just put it aside again. And once everything is basically freed and unscrewed, then we can just take the whole panel away, lift it, put it aside. Of course, keep it. You can keep it in the same box of the ScreenXL, protect it well, because you might need it in the future. And here we go. We have the two panels. We have the old one. This is the one we are replacing. And we have the new one with the three additional pieces that I mentioned before. And I'm pointing here the lock. This is the lock we are going to use. We need to take the lock out of the old panel. And we have to use the whole lock system minus the little tongue that we're going to replace. This is the cable that we are discarding. We are not going to need it. We are going to have a new cable for this purpose. And you see also here that I have a few extra cables, which of course have nothing to do with the ScreenXL, which were the LEDs that I had previously on my speaker panels, which for the moment you cannot use for ScreenXL, but you can put I normally put them back on the back box and I illuminate the back glass with them, so I don't lose the effect of the LEDs. And here we go. What I've done here is I've taken out the lock, which is very simple. Just have a big screw with it and put it back into the new panel, into the ScreenXL, with the L tongue that will help me close the whole panel. Of course, I need to screw it in a way that I make sure that when I take the key away, the lock is in the closed position, as you can see here. That's a little mistake normally you do. You screw it all and then you realize that when you take the key out, it's not on the closed position. The lock is clear. Now we go to the second part, which is the magnet, which is on the left side. And the magnet is really, really simple. We just need to unscrew these two little guys. One is holding nothing. The other one is holding this white thing, which helps tense a little bit the panel and support it. And once you get this out, then what you need to do is basically get the magnet, which, as you can see, it took me a while to unstick it. It's super strong. It's really, really strong. You can see I'm struggling to just to get it out, but it's important for security reasons. And then, okay, we just need to put it on top of the two screws that we just took away. Okay, first thing, you put it this way, try to move it in a way that then the screw gets in easily, as you can see here. Okay, seems now to be aligned. And then I'm going to put the first screw. The first screw has no problem at all. It has, the original screw is long enough in order to be screwed. Maybe just move a little bit so everything gets in a line, no problem, boom. And then for the second screw, you can use the original screw, maybe it's okay for you, and if not, you use the screw that we gave to you on the box, which is a little bit longer and will allow for this extra length to hold everything. Okay, here you go. Everything's fine. Okay, we got the white cable also. We got the magnet, we got the lock, we got the white tensors. And the only thing we need to do is what I said, bring the new panel, bring the ScreenXL close to the machine, put it into the holes where the whole thing is screwed, and then screw them again. And these two little guys here, okay, no problem, no major thing, just put it back again. Maybe before you screw it completely, make sure that it's well in the middle, well centered. As I will do right now, I'm going to just put it up a little bit to see that everything looks good before I make the final screw. And then we're going to plug things. First things, you need to plug this connector for the speakers. Super simple. Boom, you got it. The speaker's done. And then we open this. We take the cable that we replaced, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to just put it all the way up to the board where the other one was connected. And this is what I'm going to do. Well, the first thing is we're going to put this cable that we saved apart exactly in the same position that the original screen had, very flat, and then very smoothly, boom, just insert it. It will make click once the two little things are okay, and it will be like that. That cable's fine, nothing major. And then the new cable, of course, we need to bring it all the way up to the board, following the same way that the other one had. And of course we need to use this this white thing to pin in a way the two cables, and take the chance, if you want to use that little strap to have everything nice and tidy and not too tense, have enough space for the cables, but then it's going to be very well fixed. And for the rest of the cable, you have enough length to easily go all the way as the other cable up into the board. And as you will see, it's going to be connected exactly in the same position than the other one, as you will see right now. Well, you can see here I have also extra lights on the back box, but maybe, of course, originally there is no LED strips, no, so really much simple than what you see here. And you can see here I was double checking on the other one to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong. And yeah, I mean, it's really simple because that connector is unique, and you got it. It's exactly right there. Okay, and then once it's connected, you can just fix it a little bit more so that everything is nice and clean and tidy, and that's it. That's the two cables all the way down. Boom, cable number one, cable number two, and here we go. That's all. Okay, we got the magnet fixed, we got the lock, we got the cables. What else do we need to do? Basically, and the speakers also connected. Well done. And now I'm going to do the final screwing, and then I can just pull it up, make sure that everything looks good. It does. Okay, it's well centered, looks good, fantastic. And we need to fix one last thing, which is this guy, which I'm going to use one of the screws of the Pioneer speakers to just put it right there. And the two tensors, the white ones, which there's two screws in the panel that you can use for that purpose, which I already did. As you can see here, I used two additional elements to fix the white tensor a little bit more. You don't need to do that because it's so tense that the cable itself tenses the whole thing. But I did, as you can see here, another one on top in order to press it, and then the white one, this thick one, onto the speaker. I think the images speak for themselves, but just commenting a little bit on top in case. You can see the two cables, everything goes up, everything is connected, everything is screwed. As I said, very few cables, very few connectors, just replace one panel for the other, and here we go. Final steps, of course, bring the back glass back to the machine, make sure it doesn't fall, close it slowly, make sure anything is on the way, nice and clean, and then boom, make a little bit clack, make sure that the magnet traps it well, close the key, boom, key is out, everything's fixed, and now we can take the protection for the screen that I told at the beginning. Everything is flat and nice, and we're gonna do a nice thing to do, which is this amazing taking off the protector of the screen and show how beautiful, clean, nice, and tidy everything looks. And for the rest, it's okay, the great moment where you press the button and hope that everything's been done right, everything works finally and perfectly, and it seems it does. You can see already how good it looks, how big it looks, and how bright. And check that I'm going to explain later that the brightness is going to be even better, because at the start it's taking the original brightness of the screen, and I explain later that it's inverted. Okay, so the lower you set the brightness on your LCD, the brighter it's going to look on the ScreenXL, but I'll show it in 2 minutes. So starting at the machine, startup in progress. Sounds good, looks good. Nothing seems to be out of place, and well, you can see here how amazing it looks. And when you take out this protector of the glass of the screen of the pinball, and you sum up the looks of the machine itself and the screen. Well, by the way, this is my Iron Maiden. Hope you like it. It's an amazing machine. But look how nice it looks now with ScreenXL. It's clearly a major difference, as you can see. Well, here I was just something that you will not be able to hear, because I'm probably putting this audio on top of that. We'll see if I'm able to, because there's some sounds that you can test how powerful it looks. We'll see later. Here is what I mentioned about the brightness. Okay, the brightness, what you need to do is you need to go into the service menu in order to make the full brightness of the screen. Don't be scared if you see it a little bit, low brightness, but it's no problem. You just go to adjustments, SPI, go back to adjustment number 90, and as you can see here, instead of having 7, which is the maximum brightness, you go back to 2, which is the lowest. Seems contrary, but it works like that. You put it in 2, and you will see here that when you get out of the menu, boom, the brightness is really amazing. It's really super bright. Maybe now it's even more bright than normal because it's being filmed, but on live, just put it on 2, and you will see how bright and nice this screen looks like. I was dropping the volume here not to have any YouTube trouble, with all these Iron Maiden sounds. You're gonna have to trust me on how good it sounds. I can promise you will notice the difference in a second. But what you can see already here is how nice it looks in terms of off screen. All these beautiful machines have amazing animations or amazing videos or whatever, and when you see them on a bigger screen, it really it's a game changer. Believe me. You're going to see things better on the screen. You're going to have more motivation to play the machine. And okay, here we go for the last little thing that I wanted to mention you, as we have one little guy to put, which is the plaque of the Pro Edition, in this case of my Iron Maiden. And for now I need to stick it with a double-sided tape. On the new version, the new model, it's going to be screwed, but for now, of course, you can put it there. It's not a big deal. I mean, it fits, there's space enough, but it's a little bit to the limit, and we wanted to have everything screwed and everything not out of place. But of course, you do it like that, no problem. You just stick it in, and then you have the final product with everything, with the speakers and and the blade and the screen, and see how nice the machine looks with that guy on top. And I'm gonna switch to the Deadpool right next to it, and you will see immediately how different it looks if you compare the original panel to ScreenXL.